Hello, and welcome to the Mercedes-Benz CLE 450 Cabriolet. Let's get into it in a lot more detail. I covered the CLE 53 in a video about a year ago. Things didn't go quite swimmingly for that particular vehicle. It had a few issues. Hopefully this one will do a lot better. So what exactly is a CLE? Well, it's the amalgamation of the C-Class Coupe and Cabriolet and the E-Class Coupe and Cabriolet. So the name CLE is kind of like C and E, although I wish they had brought back the CLK badge. They really used to like those cars. As usual, we'll begin with styling, and yeah, it's a fairly handsome looking car. Although if you want to improve the looks, you hold this unlock button and look at that. The roof opens up even before you get in the car. A few cars have this feature and I really like it. I think every convertible should have this feature. Doesn't the car look nicer with the roof down? Apologies, the car is a little dirty. It's been a dusty week, windy week, as you can tell. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I like the look of this car. If you want it to look more aggressive, you can buy the AMG version. Right now, CLE 53 is available, but rumor mill has a CLE 63 coming up. That should be quite exciting. We'll continue with the styling features of this vehicle. Right now the windows are up. I'm gonna get in, foot on the brake, fire it up, and here this switch where it says all four, you have to press both of them down and all the windows go down. Here are buttons for the power roof. So typically you get one button to put the roof up and down. You pull it one way for going down, the other way for up. But Mercedes must have found a deal on buttons, because they've given you one button to put the roof down and another button to put the roof up. The middle button, that's the wind deflector. So if I pull on that, look in the rearview mirror, look there, the wind deflectors come up. But that's not all, because you also have this, the aero screen. I'm gonna press the button again, it goes down, comes back up. I think that's pretty neat. You shut the car off, the deflector retracts, but now you can look at the car with the roof down, clean lines. It's quite nice. Let's talk interior. Nice normal door handles. Yeah, this is a very good looking interior. I like all the materials Mercedes has used. Nice quality seat belt comes up to you, so you can buckle up. Screen in front of you, massive screen in the middle, center console, nice steering wheel. Nothing abnormal about this wheel. This is slight flat bottom, but pretty nice. The only thing I'm not a fan of, and that's with pretty much every Mercedes, I think every single Mercedes right now, is the gear selector. It's this plastic thingy. On the more expensive models, they put a silver sleeve on top, but it's this cheapsy looking shifter. It's the indicator stock. They look identical. Mercedes, please get rid of this shifter. Please put some buttons somewhere for putting it in gear and whatnot. This side should be wipers. This side should be indicators and headlights, whatnot. Please do that for future models. Going to fire it up. Here's the switch to turn on the car. Like many Mercedes products I've seen in the last 2 years, they have this giant screen. Not a fan of the giant screens, but at least in this one it makes a little bit of sense because the screen moves. Because when you're driving a convertible with the top down, sometimes the sun could be hitting in a certain way and you can't see the screen. Here you press this switch and the screen angle changes. Now I wish there were several different positions you could choose from, but it's either this or this. But nice. Good to have that. Dynamics for drive modes, camera system, car. Volume is this slider, which I absolutely hate. Wish it had a knob. Because on the steering wheel you also get a slider for volume, and half the time it doesn't quite work for me the way I would like it to work. Okay, straighten the wheel. Look at the instrumentation. Of course, like in pretty much every Mercedes model I've driven in the last few years, it's configurable, which is rather nice. I like this classic look. There is another highlight for this interior, which I will have to show when it's dark. So I'll shoot that and edit it in. Found some low light situation, and now I can show the interior ambient lighting, which is really incredible in this car. Look at that. It even changes colors. Look at that. First thing in the morning, I would get in this car around 7 a.m. and just looking at the way this interior lights up would put a smile on my face. I knew I would have a good day because the start was so nice. The strip even between the little rear seats. Mercedes really is on their A game with interiors. I don't think anybody else is doing as good a job as them. Practicality, well, it is a real 4-seat convertible. I like how they've cut into the seat backs to give more knee room. This is in my position. Yeah, you can sit behind me. That seat can be moved up. So it is a proper 4-seat convertible. Trunk, switch, up. It's a decent size. You can get more room when the roof is up. You can put put this away to give you more cargo room. But you know what, it's quite decently sized. You can make do with this as a weekend getaway car or week getaway car. You'll be fine. Powertrain. Well, there you go. That's how you release the hood. Unlike BMWs, there's no double release, so you have to now find, where is it? There we go. At least gas trust to keep it up. Okay, that's a 3-liter inline 6-cylinder turbocharged engine that's producing 375 horsepower. So it also is a mild hybrid, so a 48-volt mild hybrid architecture that adds 23 horsepower. Torque is 369 and 148 pounds-feet of torque is added by the electric motor. So fairly decent amount of pep. Power is fed to all wheels via a 9-speed automatic transmission. So what's it like to drive? Well, let's fire it up. Fairly quiet on firing up. In fact, if you can hear any noise, it's actually getting pumped in through the speakers, not its actual exhaust noise. It's a little weird at first, but you get used to it. I wish it wasn't there, but it is what it is. Maybe there's a way to shut it off. I don't know. Alrighty. Putting it in drive, starting off in comfort mode. Now, as you just saw in the performance bit, this thing is fairly quick. It's quite decently quick. But not that you'd know if you're just poodling around, because in comfort mode, it's actually very, very relaxed. I often have to give it more throttle than I was expecting to get things going. Another one of those things you have to get used to. It's quite softly sprung. The steering is quite light. This is not pretending to be a sports car. It's a luxury convertible. Not a very high-end luxury convertible. This is still fairly affordable, but a luxury convertible nonetheless. Brakes are good. I like the brake pedal in this compared to the GT63 I had and the E53 plug-in hybrid. This has a normal brake pedal feel, which I like. One thing that even my wife pointed out is how relaxed the airflow is with the roof down. She typically doesn't like convertibles. Says it messes up her hair. Didn't want to ride around in this with the roof down, but I persisted, put the roof down, and a few minutes later she's like, wow, it's actually quite pleasant. She enjoyed the top-down experience in this car. That has never happened with any car before. So Mercedes aerodynamicists who who have worked their magic on this car. With the roof down, side windows up, wind deflector up. It's like sitting in a balcony when there's a light breeze. It's a very windy day today, so I don't know how well you'll be able to hear me with the roof down. Hopefully you can. I'm just about to hit the highway, so what I'm gonna do is put it in sport mode. The sound you're hearing is again through the speakers, but hey, sounds good. I don't mind. Right, rounding the bend. Unfortunately, there's a slow minivan ahead of me. Can't really attack this corner like I would have liked to, because the chassis is quite good and having all-wheel drive grip. Yeah, regardless of the weather, you can make good pace. Good power. The 9-speed auto box is quite good, it's quite intelligent, gives you the gear that is best suited for the situation. Although you have pedal shifters, which is nice, unlike that mini convertible which didn't give you pedal shifters. Here you can. It's fun. Not a out and out sports car, but it can still put a smile on your face. Road holding is so good. The steering is a bit lifeless, you don't get much feedback, but trust me, it gives you enough feedback so you have some clue what the front wheels are doing. This is the kind of car you can drop the top, hit the highway for hours and hours and it won't beat you up. Even on a very windy day like today, it soaks up the bumps well, seat is comfortable, mind you the seats are heated, cooled, and have a massage feature. Optional, but this one has it, and it's good to have, definitely. This car might not be exotic enough for the dreamy grand tour that you wanna hit the French Riviera or the Pacific Coast Highway. But you know what? It's not bad at all. I would happily do either run in this vehicle. Highway ramp coming up. I'm gonna attack this a little bit. No cars ahead of me. Let's see how it does. Wow, 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 wow. Really, that's shocking. That was actually shocking how well it did that. What does it think it is? A Subaru WRX? Wow. The sad thing is many people are gonna dismiss it, say it's not a proper driver's car, it's not a sports car, it's just a luxury car with sporting potential. I think those people are missing out. I've enjoyed every single drive in this car, really. Fuel economy. Well, I typically do my tests based out of 300 kilometers of driving. This time is 340 kilometers of driving. The 7 kilometers there shows that's the distance it covered in electric. It's just got a mild hybrid system, so it doesn't really drive much on its electric, but it's not a plug-in hybrid either, so I'll take whatever I can get. Now, out of 340 kilometers, I would say 140 was covered on the highway, 200 in city. Average speed of 37 kilometers per hour. I have averaged 10.1 liters per 100 kilometers, which is fairly good. And in normal driving terms, I think it will do actually better, because I was just stuck in the most horrific traffic jams this week. So the number would have easily been in the 9s. Price. Well, the CLE 450 cab in Canada starts at $85,150. This one, as equipped, has got some tasty options, is $95,000 plus tax, of course. But you know what? That's not bad, given all the luxury, the features, the performance. $95,000 for something like this in today's market, it's a pretty damn good deal. Verdict: if you're in the market for a luxury convertible that has performance, practicality, and all-year usability, the Mercedes-Benz CLE 450 will fit that bill rather well. It honestly turned out to be a much nicer car than I was expecting. That doesn't happen often, especially given my experience with that CLE 53 last year. I really didn't have high hopes for this. I'm surprised. I'm changed. I really like this car. I think you would too. Hope you like the video. Please do like and subscribe. Thank you.
Hey, do you like to watch car videos? Well, come subscribe to our channel.